As a content creator and a gamer, it can be tough to find a display that has an impressive gaming performance, but also has an accurate color gamut for photo and video editing. Lenovo reached out and wanted me to check out their new Lenovo Legion Pro 27 UD10 monitor and put it through its paces. So I'm here to do just that. Before we dive in, this is a paid video with Lenovo, so I won't be giving you my opinion, rather just showing you what the display is capable of and letting you come to your own conclusion. First, we'll talk about the physical design. This display has a nice white and black aesthetic with integrated cable management in the stand and a built-in phone holder, something I'm not sure I've seen built into other monitor stands. The stand allows for a wide range of movement with tilt, swivel, and pivot adjustments, and you can put the monitor in portrait mode either clockwise or counterclockwise. And if you don't want to use the stand, the monitor is of course VESA mount compatible. The side bezel is ridiculously thin at only 1.3 millimeters. It almost disappears completely when you're looking at it side on, especially with the white on the sides. The display has one DisplayPort, two HDMI ports, and three USB-A ports, which are connected to your PC via the USB-C uplink port. This basically gives you a USB hub to plug in your peripherals or something like a Stream Deck. Now, let's fire it up. This display is a 4K QD OLED panel at 26.5 inches, a 240Hz refresh rate, and a 0.03 milliseconds response time. I use OLED monitors on a daily basis, but the 4K resolution at 240Hz really blew me away when I loaded up Wukong for the first time. Here are a few different games running at 4K, and first we'll start with Wukong. This game is hyper detailed and fast paced, and this is with the HDR game mode on. As you can see, the colors are incredibly vibrant. A high refresh rate is also super important in a game like Wukong. Next up, we've got Arc Raiders. I have been absolutely blown away by the visuals in Arc Raiders, so I wanted to show you my favorite map in this video, so I dropped into Blue Gate. I personally think this is one of the prettiest maps, and this monitor is really doing it justice. And finally, I popped into a quick conquest game in Battlefield 6, and just wow, I felt like I was in the freaking battlefield. The HUD elements are insanely clear with that 4K resolution, and obviously in a fast-paced game like this, 240 frames per second is such a dream. It kind of feels like cheating seeing the game this clearly and smoothly. The fidelity that you get on a 4K display of this size is unreal, with up to 166 pixels per inch. Something I also have to mention because anytime I bring up OLED, people run to the comments about the risk of burn-in. The Lenovo Legion Pro 27 UD10 monitor has a built-in OLED care menu, which allows you to alter the pixel shift rate, run a panel protect routine, set static screen detection, and more to help reduce the risk of any burn-in. So we know the Lenovo Legion Pro 27 UD10 monitor looks amazing for gaming, but how is it in a more professional setting for photo and video editing? You'll see a lot of terms randomly thrown around when talking about monitors and their color accuracy, but rather than just trying to sound fancy by throwing them all out there, let me quickly break down what they actually mean. First, we've got 10-bit color depth. The TLDR is that you have 1.07 billion hues from 10-bit color, as opposed to 16.77 million colors from 8-bit. This is the most noticeable in shading and gradations. With 10-bit color, they'll be a lot smoother and more fluid when compared to 8-bit. Next is DCI P3. This is a wide gamut color space designed for more lifelike colors, particularly relevant for digital imaging and HDR displays. When compared to sRGB, a standard for monitors, printers, and web, DCI P3 covers roughly 25% more of the visible color spectrum, creating a more vibrant, accurate experience. So when the Lenovo Legion Pro 27 UD10 monitor specs state that it's 99% DCI P3, that means it can reproduce 99% of the color gamut. Having said that, it is important to know your audience when it comes to creating content, for example. If your audience is going to be viewing your content on devices with sRGB color spaces, it might be best to produce your content in that same color space, or at the very least, swap between the two to ensure you're happy with the output before popping it up on your socials or sending it off to clients. Next is Delta E color accuracy. Delta E is a standard measurement for color accuracy, and generally, the lower the Delta E number, the closer the display matches the input color to the display's reproduced color. A perfect accuracy has a Delta E of 0. The Lenovo Legion Pro 27 UD10 monitor has a Delta E measurement of less than 2, which is less than what is considered to be acceptable in commercial reproduction, which is between 3 and 6. And to put that in the simplest terms possible, what that means is what you see on this display is pretty damn accurate. This obviously becomes a bit more relevant when you're producing content, whether it's editing photos or videos, but obviously it's still pretty important when you're gaming, so you're seeing the games true to how the game creators intended. This is the kind of technology you see in high-end professional monitors, but the fact that this is all combined with the 4K resolution, 240Hz refresh rate, and a 0.03 milliseconds response time is pretty impressive. Lenovo have created a product here that's catering to gamers who are also professionals, which is probably not as niche as you think. If you want any more information about the Lenovo Legion Pro 27UD10 monitor, check out the link in the description. Massive thank you again to Lenovo for sponsoring this video. Let me know down in the comments if you'd like to know anything else about the monitor that I may have missed. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in my next video or in my next stream.